Hello, my name's Lall and welcome to another episode of Private Practice TV. Now, today I want to answer a little question I've had from one of my people on my email list. And they says to me, Dev, you're always talking about tracking. Can you explain what this means and why this is so important? Okay. Tracking, what I mean by tracking is having basic information about how patients are finding you. To be aware that if you've got 10, 20 patients, whatever it might be, extra this week or this month, you need to know how they entered your practice. Were they referred through the GP? If so, which GP? Did they find you online? If so, was it through your NHS, through the page on your NHS website? Was it through the page on the Private Practice Hospital website? Was it through your own website? Did they find you through some article they found somewhere, either research, which is possible, although unlikely, or was it through an article that you published in the local press board? You need to be aware of how people are finding you, because in that data lies the gold. If you know how people are finding you, the easiest way to grow your private practice is to do more of that. So if patients are coming through GP referrals, you need to make yourself even more aware so make GPs even more aware of you and to encourage them further to send some patients, because that's working. If you happen to know that they saw a piece in the newspaper about you, then if you get another piece, you are highly likely to get more patients. You cannot do this unless you know where your patients are coming from. So tracking is critically important, and you can never have too much detail about your patients. So for example, if they found you online, well, exactly which website, which bit of web territory did they find you from? How did they end up there? So if they come through your own website, well, if you're running Facebook advertising or Google AdWords advertising, for example, well, you need to know, if you can, and it is possible to track these things, you need to be as sure as you can which route they came through, because that way, again, you can do more of it. You know it's working. Similarly, of course, is if you are if, for example, you pay to run an advert in the newspaper and you can with confidence say that no patients arrived through that, well, that's also really important and useful information, because that tells you one of two things. Either you need to improve your advert in some way, there was something you did wrong, or the way you've written it, or colours, or the content, or whatever. There's something wrong with the ad, or there was something wrong with your targeting. So, for example, the condition you were looking for was not very common, or the reach of that magazine or newspaper is not large enough to get enough potential patients seeing it, or any one of a myriad of things. But there's a problem, or it may simply not be worthwhile using advertising in that magazine or that newspaper, whatever. The point is, you can't make a judgment call unless you have the data to hand. And that is why tracking is so important. It tells you what is working, and then you can do more of it. What is not working, which you either need to change or stop doing.